Section 11
Now,
of
pay
the
attention to this man.
Look,
you know
when
him.
there's a state of
Pay
emergency,
attention
it's only
to
the
him.
National Assembly
Let's
that can make laws for a state House of Assembly. Now, President Tinubu has appropriated unto himself the powers to make laws for the Rivers State House of Assembly. That's an impeachable offense. I don't know whether the National Assembly will have the courage either to reject his gazetted proclamation or to proceed on an issue of impeachment against him for violating the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the other relevant portion of the Constitution is Section 188. Section 188 of the Constitution spells out how a governor can be removed from office. A governor cannot be removed from office by the proclamation of the President of Nigeria. It can only be removed if there is gross misconduct, as put as an allegation by the House of Assembly, and then the CJ is advised to form a panel of reasonable people, people of distinguished qualities in the state. And if that panel now decides, within the purview of Section 188, that those allegations are wrong, that puts an end to that process. The President has not followed that. He has acted unilaterally. Section 1, subsection 2 of the same Constitution says that this country, called Nigeria, cannot be governed except by the provisions of the Constitution. There's no provision in the 1999 Constitution that says that the President of Nigeria can unilaterally remove a governor, remove the deputy governor, remove the legislature of a state in Nigeria. So again, that proves that this is a violation of the Constitution. I go to the third leg of my analysis, which is to say that who advised the President? The people who advise the President must be called to order. Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, is a very distinguished lawyer. I don't understand how Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, arrived at this advice. And I also say that retired Vice Admiral Iba Kete Ibas, if he's a patriot and a citizen, he must reject this appointment, making him sole administrator of Rivers State, because it is a wrong appointment and his own integrity has been called to order. Whatever may be the motivations, he must act as a citizen and issue a statement forthwith to say that he will not be party to the violation of the Constitution. Now, what argument are they putting up? It has been said that, Obasanjo did this when he was president. After all, he removed Dariye in Plateau, he removed Fayose in the kitchen. Look, at that time, Akin Olujimi, SAN, who was Attorney General, was relying, I think, on the 1960 Constitution. The explanation that he offered, that the 1960 Constitution and the emergency, the Declaration of State Emergency Act of 1961, allowed the federal government to remove a governor or remove a legislature. Now, it was wrong. Because at the time he was making that statement, with due respect, the operative law in Nigeria was, either it was the 1999 Constitution. So Akin Olujimi saying it was a 1960 Constitution, 1961 Declaration of Emergency Act was just using politicking. And people who are quoting the Obasanjo president must realize that an armed robber cannot say that because one armed robber got away with it, so you also have a right to commit armed robbery. That is wrong. The second point that I would like to make, again with due respect, is that people have been referring to the Jonathan period. That Jonathan declared a state of emergency in about 3 states of the Federation, Adamawa, Borno, I think Yobe. Now, that argument has been settled by Mohammed Bello Adoke, who was Attorney General at that time, in his book, The Burden of Service. I don't remember the specific pages, but as a reviewer of that book, I reviewed that book on the back page of this. I recall that Mohammed Adoke argued that there's nowhere in the Constitution that the president is empowered, that's 1999 Constitution, that the president is empowered to remove a sitting governor or remove a sitting House of Assembly. And that was why under President Jonathan, no governor was removed, no deputy governor was removed, no state House of Assembly was sacked, no local government chairman was even removed in those 3 states. So the people who are just making arguments about president, they're speaking out of ignorance. And I recommend
Are you aware that the whole Oye in Rivers State, the leaders is controlled by a Yoruba man? Are you aware that the most big position in Rivers State, Oye, is being controlled by a Fulani man? Are you aware of those things? Most of this thing that is happening is beyond Wike, is beyond Fubara. Most of this thing is that what belongs to Rivers people is being taken. That is why the president is using Wike against the whole Rivers people. See, when it comes to Rivers matter, please, my brother, my sister, write what you are writing or whatever you think you can write. I don't care. Whatever opinion you have, if you say Fubara offend Wike because Wike put him to sit or Wike brought him to power, question, what happened to the election we made? We could have not voted on that day. Nobody could have come out to vote. Wike alone could have went to vote for Fubara to enter seat. Are you hearing me? Are you trying to tell me that in this country, that when somebody came out and say you are the next governor and the person become the governor, the person washed plates and listened to the main person that brought him till died? No, sir. No, sir. The question here is Rivers State need to be worked on. You, President Tinubu, that is doing all manner of things about Fubara. Question I want to ask you, sir. Is it not Buhari and other people that brought you to power? Is there anyone that give you headache for one day? No. But look at what you are doing. Every time, confusion. You are causing confusion in the state, causing confusion in this country. Every time you want to do something, you want to use your power Nigeria is a law-abiding country. You will even run out of the law. And when they are talking to you, people go and bring one law. They'll come and be speaking. See, the only thing I want to tell us is that all what President Tinubu is doing is not the right thing. I will still say it again and again. Call your son, Wike, tell him to leave Rivers State alone, and there will be peace. All those state of emergency, fight. All those things, it's not going to bring peace. Are you getting me now? It's not going to bring peace. Just call Wike, tell him to leave the state alone. That's all. But before I continue, watch these videos that is playing. Just be listening to this woman. Now pay attention to this woman.
What's going on in Rivers State is not similar in Mubarak. What's going on in Rivers State is a combat for the economic soul of Rivers State. Somebody wants to grab the economic soul of Rivers State. The soul of Rivers State. For 24 years, they kept milking us. That was how our money was flying all over our heads. It is there today. It is there tomorrow. It is funding all kinds of foolishness. This is the first time that civil servants have been paid the 13 months. Every Christmas for 2 years, civil servants get paid. Civil servants have been paid all their salaries. For the first time, there are roads connecting the riverine communities. It has never happened. They told us, they lied to us, they told us our terrain was too bad. Now we know our terrain is not bad. Now we know. He told us that we can have election here. And it can be any way but no war, no bloodshed, no gun shooting. And it happens here. And it happens here. Today you have told everybody to go. He says yes. You say go and resubmit a budget. He writes, he says, come and choose with me a befitting place that you want so that I can present this budget. You made it impossible for him. He wrote, I am coming to you. You locked him out. He wrote again to say, I will still come again.